Okay, I'm Mandy, and I'm here with Don Miller, author of Scary Close. Okay, Don, I have a couple of questions for you.
Yep.
First question, what is your most favorite celebration that you've ever been a part of?
It was just a little over a year ago. I got married at 42, so I waited a long time to get married. And the wedding was amazing, greatest day of my life, but there was something about the rehearsal dinner that felt like I was attending my own funeral. People were just standing up and saying all sorts of nice things about me. And I would normally run from that environment, but you have to stand there and take it because it would be awkward if you left. And it was just fantastic. I mean, it was, you know, it's hard for me to believe that I'm actually good for people in some ways. And to hear everybody stand up and say, hey, this is how you've enriched my life and we're celebrating this with you, was really cool. Not just for me, but for Betsy. And that was definitely out of left field. I didn't see that coming, but it was awesome.
Would you say that's the moment you felt most celebrated?
That is, it's the same moment. It's those same 2 hours. And there's been a lot of stuff in my life where you're kind of reaping the praise of strangers, and that's great too, but it really is just like eating junk food. It passes so quickly. But to have the people that you've spent your lifetime with stand up and speak into your life while also being encouraging there's no question, that was a moment I'll never forget.
Nice. Okay, Don, what is your favorite way to celebrate?
Well, whenever something really cool happens, I have a friend who's taught me this thing, and it just sounds so stupid, but with all of our clothes on, whoever it is that we're with, we'll just go jump in water. So it can be like a
bathtub?
Not a bathtub, that's like a swimming pool or a pond or a lake or something like that. And I remember Skyping into this law class at Pepperdine. They had me Skype in, and they were, about to graduate or something like that. And so in honor of them, I did the Skype from a dock on a pond, and then they didn't know I was next to a pond, and just turned around and jumped in the water with all my clothes on. Yeah, on Skype. Anyway, that's a little crazy ritual that me and some friends have, that we will jump into water with all our clothes on.
Even if it's cold.
Even if it's cold. Yes. Yeah.
A bigger celebration.
Yeah, there's been some painful entries there.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, when would you say that you have felt most like yourself? Yeah,
we have. Our home kind of works like a bed and breakfast. We have hundreds of people through, and behind our house in the backyard, we've just built this little fire pit, and there's a few Adirondack chairs around the fire pit, and it's nights around that fire with close friends, just telling stories and talking about what's going on in our lives, that I feel the most free. And I'm not somebody who doesn't feel free normally, but there's something about, I don't know what it is about the people who love us and care about us, and that we can just be ourselves with, that it's really that's kind of become a sacred space for me, that I didn't see that coming, build a fire pit in the backyard, invite friends over. But that's it, my backyard.
Perfect. Okay, last question. If you could celebrate one thing today, what would it be?
I feel like there's so much to celebrate, but we did something about 2 years ago that was really great. I started a little company, and I'd run companies before, but this company I wanted to do it very differently. I really wanted to create a company in order to create community, that the company would actually be about the people who show up at the office. And so we kind of tied our dreams together. The first primary core value of the company is we exist to make the dreams of its employees come true, and we do this by serving our clients with excellence. So really everything that we do is about what are you dreaming about? What do you want to do with your life? And then can we build a company that is basically a fundraising entity in order to do that? And so that has created, in the last 2 years, a staff that really does feel like a family. And we're extremely devoted to each other, and we're very generous. And it doesn't make a lot of financial sense, even though the company's done nothing but grow. So in a way, it does make financial sense. But what it creates is a healthy life. And so we have just, I remember two of the guys, the younger guys, saying, when we talked about what do you dream about, they talk about, well, someday I'd love to buy a house. They're young, they just have, one of them just had kids, has 2 young daughters, and I knew because I was older that it's actually quite possible to buy a house. And I said, well, what if we set a goal? And both of those guys got houses in the last month. And so that's just a huge amount of not just celebrating them and their accomplishments, but celebrating that this worked, that we actually said we were going to tie our dreams together and build a company that makes everybody's dreams come true, within reason. Nobody's going to get a yacht, but we might get a really nice canoe. But we could jump into the water. Yeah, exactly. And so that would be right now in this season of my life, the fact that that worked. And you know, businesses don't have to be all about money and using people in order to make your dreams come true. We can actually tie our dreams together and try to make that happen. I'd love to write a book about it someday, but right now I'm too busy enjoying the community that we've created. So that's something to celebrate, that we saw our first milestone in terms of really living a quality life with each other.